Welcome back to Total War Pharaoh, part 5 of our Amenmesse campaign. In today's episode, we are going to continue where we left off. We had just gotten declared war on by Talzaret and her husband Seti, who is a little bit further north, who should be dealing with his own problems, but I guess they've decided that we are a threat, and they're going to come on down and deal with us themselves. What we're going to do is jump on over to Kerma. We have just enough stone and the like to go ahead and throw in the upgrade to the Vizier's residence here. And why this is important is it's going to give us a few more troopers behind the walls, and on top of that we get one unit of Nubian longbowmen, which will be far outranging pretty much all of the units that Talzaret and company should be bringing to bear, so we should be able to just lock those onto whatever their most elite archers are and just see them melt away. We're going to go ahead and upgrade Kerma so that it's better defended, and then our next course of action is going to either be grabbing the Kushite delegate school for the increased production to all of our resources by 15%, which we really need the extra food, or we're going to go ahead and grab a chariot building, because we could use the extra mobility in chariots. Speaking of chariots, we grabbed one from our previous battles, and so good old Nebe has been renamed to Amenmesse. If you've watched any of my Total War Warhammer series, you know that I have snuck a Kevin into just about every single series, except for maybe one or two we have missed out on, but Amenmesse has joined us, and he has been given the common chariot, which will give him 5 extra charge bonus and actually a bow and arrow to do a bit of firing while on the back of the chariot, which would be awesome. And once he has completed his mission in taking down Hemshema, which the reason we're making sure he has the chariot is because there are 12 lads behind the walls here, and they may decide to throw in another general as well, which will make taking down the settlement very, very difficult. What we're going to do is just go ahead and take them down with the chariots, and then pass said rolling death machines on over to Amenmesse, and let him give basically the Kushite axe and bronze shield over to this lad and basically turn him into Amenmesse. It will be glorious. And then as soon as we are able,
by injustice,
we're going to grab the royal chariot companions. It just cost a heap of wood to actually go ahead and recruit on in, and they are a nasty bit of food for the upkeep, so we want to make sure we can actually recruit them comfortably. And that may mean getting rid of some of our more elite troops in either this army or the other one with Amenmesse, which is probably going to be the case. He's going to lose some of his Kushite archers for likely just some more Nubian clubmen. We are going to be moving Amenmesse himself down on through. We're going to try to attack Napata directly. See what these two armies are up to. If they all just kind of stay here, it's going to be very difficult to crack them without more force, especially before Talzaret arrives. We already have the trade. We can just zoom on through and grab a few more. So let's go just normal stance so I know how far I can move. I'm gonna bounce on through. We definitely want to make sure we have the prayer to Isis activated. That way we don't have to worry about any kind of desert attrition.
aid me in my
And that's what's going to allow us to kind of zoom across the petrified forest here, attack the Napatans unawares.
first.
At least that's the idea.
Son.
He travels. Gonna zoom on down to New Abu, should allow us to get even more replenishment.
Amenmesse,
I may choose to get rid of one more of our Nubian recruits here, or even 2 more. Let's see. Let's do some trading for wood. Who has no need of the good stuff? Kawa.
I warn you not to.
I would very much like you to be our buddies, so let's go ahead and trade. How much wood do you have? And a fair bit. He is super unwilling to trade. What about 250? 21 negative. How much gold do you want for it? That's an interesting smattering of goodies. We need the wood, so yes.
Get it done.
Get it done. Who else can we trade for? Wasset?
All will remember
Or to
me.
the north, they don't really like us. Like most factions right now. They don't like war with Seti or war with Talzaret, or that we're a great power, which I really wouldn't say that we're a great power. That's being a bit
Such an
dramatic.
extravagant display of wealth. Impressive.
Thanks, bud. Looks like you don't have a lot of wood, even though you say you have plenty. Let's go for 150. I need 600 of it. So what will you give me for 250 more? 160 to 360 will take us up to 520. So we technically could come on, drop it down to maybe just 200. They want bronze and gold. That I can do.
You have put a lot of thought into this.
I mean, at least a little bit. More than 0. We haven't met any of the Canaanite factions, so we're not going to really be, no one is going to be flush with wood for now.
Amenmesse.
Have to wait till next turn, and then we should be able
Gold can buy the very best.
to be able to recruit up our royal chariot companions. Yeah, we overcompensated a little bit, which is just fine, because we will likely want to do some building as well. We may have to do some deciding on what matters more. Alright, so let's jump on down to him, Shema, and we'll end the turn.
The flesh is weak, but the soul of a Pharaoh lives on for eternity. Peace is a delicate balance. But when brothers turn against each other, virtues are abandoned. And bloodshed is inevitable.
No respect for pure Kushite blood.
Seems like everything is going wrong now, so we can join the civil war. The throne is almost in our grasp because Merneptah has passed on to the afterlife, so we can join the civil war. 2 different options to, oh, it erupts and you can join it, fair enough. And then civilization prospers, not where we're at. Very fair enough. Barter agreement between us and Waset has expired, and now Kawa has unified against us. Well, I guess it was always a matter of time. We're now at war with absolutely everyone, and he is now staying in our territory.
The fire of Nubia.
I bet you he's pieced out with the guy he was
I
fighting
have
with. No,
battle plans to review.
he's still fighting with Yam. Hope it stays that way, because we will not be able to defend all this territory. Absolutely
A
not.
world to grow old in. Prepare for
Rush
anything.
the defenders of Hemshema.
I live for this.
I live for this. So how did the outpost garrison grow? That doesn't make a bit of sense. I know they get the 3 extra spearmen from... There wasn't even a lord over in the fort. And now they've got extra troops? Okay, well they do outnumber us. I think we beat them on sheer numbers, though. The general is but a Magi bowman. So they've got 2 bow generals that should be pretty easy to take down once we do break into the back lines. It's just going to be getting around these Kushite spearmen, which we've kind of discovered the weakness of in the last episode. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at the terrain. Alright. Yeah, we'll deal with the Pada and the Kawa, and I guess from there we join the Civil War, because we have too many enemies right now. Onward. Okay, sandstorm is going to be blowing in. That actually is going to be to our benefit. Let's go ahead and deploy. And where is the weakest point for us to attack from? Likely we want to push our archers up into this small patch of tall grass. Does this give us any negatives, mind you? I know how to do the overlays, but I'd like to know. Usually it tells. There we are. Or not. Tall grass provides cover. That's it? Okay. No debuffs for the allied infantry units. So we want all of the armored archers in Z's position. We do have to keep in mind that they are reinforcing. Is this the position they are coming from, or the one that it's kind of like it's guessing that they're coming from? That seemed to be wrong last time. In fact, we need to make sure we annihilate this group first. Problem is, they have to actually come in at a position that makes sense, don't they?
Time to force them into combat.
Great place to meet them. If they actually come from this little red dot here. Set up several. Deal with the reinforcements, and then we'll have them kind of form in from there.
It is decided.
Awesome. And you can even stay nearby in those chariots, just in case. Maybe in this position. If they have the javelins, they'll want to retreat very quickly. Make sure that these guys are all in a unit so I know where they're at. Set up the other attack teams. 4 ways in. They're likely going to be just sitting and waiting for a fair bit of time. Plum in behind. And the 2 Nubian bowmen just in case they try anything funny.
In your places.
We'll put them up on top of the hill here. Perfect. Let's get this thing going. Draw you back just in case. Nope, that's exactly what we want to see. Charge towards them. Break them. They're gonna fire a volley themselves, but that's just fine.
They are over there. Now I see them. Archers shoot.
Die!
And dive in. You guys just go after that back line. The general has been slain. A random arrow to the face. He used to be an adventurer.
Release.
To victory.
They're gonna break on in. Actually, we're just gonna bring the chariots around. We don't need them.
Into position. Forging ahead.
You've got spearmen up front there, so we're gonna go ahead and take you. Keep you on fire at will. We'll just kind of come across and harass these archers in the middle line. That is perfect. Back here in the death corridor.
To victory.
Friendly fire is not too blanketing there.
Fight hard.
Fire on these Nubian recruits. Bring you guys around. Yeah, the general's gone. He's not getting through.
Into position. Fighters of Nubia.
Arrow sticking fully through his shoulder. Doing a little dance. Oof. Let's dodge those arrows. Looks like we've got these recruits done, so we're gonna bring these guys on through.
On the move.
Eliminate these Nubian hunters, and we're good to go. In fact, we'll go ahead and save some arrows. We're about down to half.
Marching.
Bring the lads across. We'll have them walk, so they're not taking up too much of their vigor there.
See them run. Slay them.
We will
You guys
try
can go into melee and just kind of clobber a few of these recruits that are in your way.
power and pride.
Rude, just make sure we don't have to deal with any of these guys going back and
Fighters of Nubia.
giving us any grief.
Marching.
A little bit. You guys take the pretty extreme high ground here. Keep in mind how far Pharoah can fire, being Magi Bowman.
Ha! The cowards are fleeing.
Cowards off fleeing. Have these guys do a bit of walking. Sit up on the high ground. Let the bay launch some arrows. That is way. Hang on now. That's way out of range. You guys are trying some shenanigans. That works for me. All of the enemy reinforcements have been dealt with.
For glory!
Beautiful.
This is poor craftsmanship. Into position.
We'll let these two work
Fighters
together
of Nubia!
against this group of spearmen.
Onwards!
So they're gonna come on out of the settlement to bother us.
Fighters one!
We'll have them start firing on those Nubian bowmen there.
I'll do it!
Now they're rolling way into range. There we go. Chariots seem to be a little bit wonky.
Fight with honor! Yes! To glory!
If you guys can't move up and fire on the Magi,
For
go into
glory.
shield wall and move forward.
On the move.
I guess they can't do both. Let's move up a little bit and then go into shield wall, start absorbing some arrows.
Marching.
Start firing some flaming arrows back. Fire those a bit slower. He's taking some return fire, we definitely don't want that. Pull on back.
Pushing on!
Armies of Egypt.
Fear us!
And walk so we don't waste all of their vigor getting on over. Light units recover theirs pretty quickly.
Into position!
To victory.
Exactly what he's up
Loose
to.
arrows!
Not too many of them have fallen yet. They're not happy about being on fire. To
Pushing
be
on.
fair. But would anyone? Only lost 2 bowmen, really they're good for now.
Succeed.
Alright, now that they've started firing, go into spear wall.
We will triumph!
They've slain far more than you have.
Tear them apart!
Launching the arrows in. If they're going to charge into our spear wall, it's an incredibly huge mistake. Coming out to meet us.
Fighters
Archers,
of
go ahead and set
Nubia!
up. Bloodmen,
Triumph.
move forward a bit there.
Anything for victory!
On both sides.
Never falter!
Looks like things are about to get a little bit spicy.
By my lead!
The might of Nubia.
They're bracing because they think I'm going to chariot charge them. Incorrect.
Move it!
Except I will now.
Fighters of Nubia.
I will succeed! The might of Nubia!
Fighters
Blasting
of
the arrows
Nubia.
in on these Kushite spearmen.
For glory! Pushing on! Into position!
Get them in a little bit of a sandwich. Go out of melee mode.
Power and pride!
Catch them in the charge. A lot of guys are in the woods though. He's a thrusting attack. It's a bold strategy.
It's
Archers are
decided.
gone. We'll go ahead and pull it through.
Our foes could be waiting.
And they slam into the back of the Kushite spearmen. Keep them moving though, because those are spears.
Ahead. On my way!
Keep rolling.
After me!
Alright, we've got a clear gap. We need to
Die!
take the
Fighters one!
take the positioning while we have it.
Power and pride.
Archers, shoot!
The tall grass. Gonna take them a little bit of time to get through. One of our archers that just run into melee.
Never falter.
Guess they decided to run into melee anyway.
Bring them down.
Good archers, get out of there.
On the move.
Fear us!
Big dummies.
To battle!
Come on over to the side and deal with this unit faster.
Fighters of Nubia!
Help
On
out
the
these
move.
spears.
Never falter! Together, brothers!
They decided to stop fighting. We've lost one of our units of recruits.
Cut through them.
Not good to see.
Release!
Dueling fairly well with the Nubian bowman though.
Face me! Test my blade!
Chariots are running at each other. There we go. Now they've got a good charge down the street. Run them down.
Fight hard!
Yeah, we keep going into the next group, into the next
Tear
one.
them apart!
Don't stop. Stopping is how you die.
Warrior of Nubia!
You guys switch to the Kushite spearmen because the chariot should have that well in hand.
Die! Fighters of Nubia!
Were they out of arrows? That would be why they have stopped
Aim
firing.
for the hearts.
Loose arrows!
You guys come over here to get a nice flank.
Cut through
Come on,
them.
chariots. Pull away from the enemies.
Pushing on!
Rolling a bit more of an elongated formation there. Arrows, go ahead and run these guys down.
First me!
We have no chance! Fighters of Nubia!
Great if they actually shot a more of a flat arc there. They probably have a much better chance hitting people. And still landing some hits. No problem.
Power and pride! Marching!
Alright, they're out of arrows.
Loose arrows!
Well, at least it looked like they were out of arrows. They're definitely not.
We will triumph!
Charge on through. Let's go ahead and have the chariot smash into this last group of spears, and that should be that.
No! It cannot be!
I'll get several of them over. The horses are giving him bites. As the dreaded horse bites. Looks like these guys are done. Let's go ahead and charge on inside. That should be the last of them well and truly seen off. Excellent. Yeah. Oh, the headbutt too. Dang. Yeah, sorry, brother. You looked exactly the same, but it's
You fought
your drip
bravely,
was not as
brothers.
aggressive. You can bring a chariot. 245 kills. That is the way. Loot and occupy for a bit of replenishment. No, we need the settlement as is. High tier
Claim it in my
and
name.
with a fishing port if possible.
My greatness is proven.
Nope, looks like we tore out the fishing port, but I think it's going to be better for us to have the irrigation ditch. So let's go ahead and throw that one on in. And I will delete the happiness building and just go for maximized food production here. Realize I built that knowing we need the wood for the chariots. Go one more turn without it. That'd be great, because then we're not spending the upkeep.
Means.
Still don't see Talzaret, but that means absolutely nothing. In fact, let's go ahead and come into Hapa
Despite
here.
your riches, you still have more enemies than
Hush
gold.
up, brother. I need some informants. This will at least let me know if they're passing by your cities. 200 gold, I'll take it. Let us know what's going on. I don't see any Talzarets. This map is not great, I won't lie. Go ahead and get rid of it. In fact, it's even zoomed in, it doesn't show you the enemy units. It doesn't show you any kind of settlements or anything like that. Very, very bare bones. Which is a little bit strange. See no Talzaret. He's just camping out, waiting to attack us.
Nubia.
That's definitely what he's up to. Port actions to get up to. I actually think we completely passed that over. Completely passed it over last turn. Yeah, that was foolish, especially since we need the extra intrigue against the, or the extra, what is it we have to build up with them? It's regard. Extra regard before we can.
Your kindness will be remembered. I swear it.
Increase how good our intrigue works. We've got a plot against us. Oh no. Ooh. We can destroy it for 700 gold. That is a ton. Oh, we can't have that. We have to figure out who is plotting against us. Do we know? Completely unknown. We have to gossip until we figure it on out. Well, that's not good. In fact, we should probably go ahead and spend a little bit of our gold to grab connections, to grab the extra port actions. See if we can't
There
figure
is
out
aid in
who
Egypt
is
for
plotting
those who
against
ask
us.
for it.
It's likely Wasat here. Go ahead. Gossiping.
I knew I could trust a
It's
fellow
not
Egyptian
Wasat.
to be reasonable.
How
The
unusual.
treasurer?
Pleasant conversations
He's
are
tired
few
of,
and far between at court.
Thought we gained 3 of them. We got gypped, we only gained 2. Alright, well, we know it's not the first commander, at least he didn't reveal that the first commander was plotting against us. It's likely the treasurer, since we've already plotted with the vizier and the pharaoh's dead. It would be quite interesting if that's who had initiated the plot. 11 and 14, so yeah, they're building up quite an army. Let's come on down to
You have
this
my
shrine. Yeah, trade thing first. Grab a bit more movement.
Aid me in my vengeance.
Kind of ping-pong along them.
Firstborn
Since we're
son.
not really
Get ready to
prepared
march.
for an invasion by
Get
either
marching.
Kawa or the others. Need to work on is our food, so we can come on over to and for 355 wood is far more than I'm willing to spend. How much to take it up to a final tier? Just 55. That I can do. We'll grab Amenmesse's chariot companions here next turn for him. This will allow us to get the Shadu farm once we've got the chariots all sorted away.
Warrior of Nubia.
Perfect. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and actually merge
I'll prove myself worthy.
the Nubian units together.
The fire of Nubia.
We're paying a little bit less. For all our actions, we got inspired barters, some settlement upgrades. We're going to go ahead and ignore those. Same thing with the construction. Amenmesse has a skill point for
Death
taking
to
down
my
the city.
enemies.
Ooh, it's sniping bow. Grants snipe for bodyguards. That sounds great. 5% accuracy. Alright. Well, let's give you the replenishment now that you were here. It really depends on what these two armies get up to. They may decide to just go straight across the
Amenmesse,
desert after New Abu,
Horde.
since it's the stone settlement. Yeah, these are mostly stone. Probably swing one more upgrade to the overall cities. Ooh, hang on now. Zir's Palace. 125 stone. I think no matter what, this is the call. That'll allow us to take the native recruitment off us up to tier 4 and then 5. And then from there, we can grab in our chariot building, which shall give us our Nubian and Kushite chariots. Nubians being very, very long range archer chariots, very speedy as well, and then the Kushite ones being a little bit more armored. Not nearly as heavily armored as the Canaanites, but still more so than I think typical archer chariots, which just makes them very good at counter archers. Going into our items here, we've got some outposts here in Kerma. What happened to our... Did they come on in and destroy a building and run? That's
Golden
exactly what they did.
Prince.
Fair enough. Well, see, the thing is, I can activate this, move an army to the settlement, and attack it to trigger your culmination. Ah, okay, so it doesn't let you teleport on over. We are going to destroy Kawa. We've already destroyed Kerma, don't you worry. Okay, buildings next. 235. Now, this is about exactly what we need in order to recruit in those chariots, so we're gonna hold off. Over to Himshima, end the turn. Potential foes all around. Got extra gold coming in from all of our buildings, which is great. New Ender rises. Tazeret, Senakati, and Waset have all joined the Civil War. Well, I would be remiss to not give myself a crown. And I think by declaring ourselves a pretender, we can either get the Kepresh crown or the Nemez one. Extra production to all resources in the province we are stationed in. And then extra recruitment slots in province, aura size, diplomatic relations -5, faction-wide with all factions. Everyone already despises us. We can't allow Tazeret to claim the Pharaoh ship here, so we're joining up. We are becoming a pretender. Destiny beckons. All pretenders beware. Now I have to come back in here to give myself a crown. See, that's not what Amenmesse looks like. Mez Crown seems great, but dropping production by 5% faction-wide seems terrible. You get a lot of replenishment rate, but people really despise you. Well, I am the pretender, why can't I wear a crown? We can all be out here wearing lovely fake crowns. Huh. I have to do so in his
Driven by injustice.
actual... Oh, here we go. Kepresh crown with a Nemes one. I think, even though this one sounds great, we can't really take the debuffs. Makes our troopers a little bit stronger. That's really about it. So, Nemes crown it is, and we are looking fantastic. Gee, Amenmesse. Maximum style achieved.
Rightful.
Well, that looks a
heir
little
of
bit goofy
Egypt.
on the campaign screen. Should have more than enough. Yeah, we definitely have more than enough for the
Stand easy.
buddies now. So we're gonna come on over. We're gonna grab ourselves the Royal Chariot Companions, even though they're very expensive. Yoink! These guys are incredible. 115 speed, 65 armor, 200 range. Yeah, they're definitely tier 6 units. That makes sense.
On my
So now
terms.
we are really not that drained. We could probably grab in
You'll
the
be agents of my retribution.
Royal Kush guards as well if we really wanted to. We will if Tazeret shows up. Hopefully she's busy dealing with Ramesses' pops. I think if Seti declares himself a pretender as well, he'll turn his back on Tazeret.
Press on.
Move to about Z's
Fortune
position.
ahead.
Go into the ambush
Lie
stance.
in wait.
And then here we'll go ahead and throw in the Egyptian trading post once more, even though this is probably the worst. This has shown us how bad of a spot this is for it. Ah,
Not another step.
well, perhaps I want him to know where we're at. Because if he goes after Wabku, we lose our only Shadoo farm.
Viceroy of Kush. Gold
lets you know
can
where
buy
we-
the
where we
very
are.
Best.
Let's grab in some more mercenary bowmen because they cost not 200 food, but only 95. Mercenary bowmen sounds great.
I spend my gold wisely.
Do indeed. So the Nepatans are... Oh wow, Kawa has many armies.
Curiosity kills the wildebeest.
Well, we need to get ready and prepare
I
then.
stand unbroken.
Lookout post at the fort. So we can run on up to the fort. This is what we should have done previously. We can run on up to the fort and grab... Who do we want to have as reinforcements? These Nubian bowmen. It's the
I'll get there.
recruits. Sprint on up. This gives them really significantly decreased upkeep. We can chuck in 2 of the armored bowmen, regular bowmen, and the Nubian recruits. 7 guys to come on in with us, and then we can go ahead and have him turn around.
Battle is my calling.
Let's have you recruit up some
Prepare for
more
When I
Roots for
call,
now.
you answer.
call you out, son. Then you can turn around and try to defend him, Shima. Would be fantastic. Ooh, I could go up to the 3rd tier, which would give us a lot more access to food. I think that's a good idea. Neb is also up here, just kind of sitting here doing nothing. If we give the settlement to the people of Miyam, what does that do for us?
Come, let us see what
You're
negotiation
at war
brings.
with the people of Buhin, trading with us, Tazeret, and Kirker.
Death to my enemies.
We can give the settlement to Sute. I just don't think I want to really hand that. It's mine. I want it fair and square. It's dangerous to do so. No upgrades there for now. Let's get our royal decrees that will start decreasing either construction time or extra XP for missile troops onto more ammunition faction-wide. Good. construction time for management and administration buildings. Yeah, that's the way.
Spirit and pride.
Faster buildings. Take him Shima up to tier 3. Much easier to defend. Definitely upgrade that next turn. I'm going to do that now.
Amenmesse.
Perfect. Bring it on. Conqueror action and then our court. Let's go ahead and do some intrigue with the treasurer.
Egypt smiles on such
Really?
generous...
Was it indeed? Over the 100% chance to succeed. He's going to kick us out as the Viceroy of Kush. Oh no. On success, gain 200 regard. Why would you do that? You're blackmailing me for some free regard? Halt it for 700. That is a lot of gold. I guess you're gonna be best buddies with me then. To what end, Mr. Treasurer? I think we... Is this one permanent? Because we can get piety with them. Oh, 160 extra favor. That's permanent. That's pretty great. Everyone's wearing the Nemes crown. This is Ramesses' father here. We'll go ahead and just ask for more gossip with him. Oh, I thought we... A big old fool. Not spending 200 gold, though. Amenmesse's faction's the only one I think you can spend the extra gold to do the extra court actions with, or at least his are cheaper to start. A good way to spend your gold in a hurry. Let's go ahead and jump on into diplomacy real fast. I'd love to secure some stone.
Amenmesse.
Whoever wants stone, I'm already at war with
For Pharaoh's glory.
about all of these factions.
I stand strong.
We can keep the desert tribes off my back.
I will break one of your bones for every
100.
lie you
All you got is 286. Work.
All right.
Actually, do we have the ability to grab any non-aggression packs?
For Pharaoh's glory.
Almost with Miam, which is kind of strange.
Come, let us see what negotiation brings.
He wants to neb. And a whole bunch of other things, too. That's never gonna happen. Foolish and utter nonsense. So they had another army on their way up as well. So Kabu was ready for war, were they? Our outpost garrison is about to get absolutely decimated. That is so many spearmen. We just threw these guys into the fort to get slaughtered. How unfortunate. That is absolutely nothing we can do here at all. It's just too many. That's too many soldiers. We just get run over. Killing the general, they would just recruit another one in. That is terrible. All right, a valiant defeat it gives us. I think so. There's no way. They've got just so... We just don't have enough infantry. It's not even worth. We better not taking out Amenmesse. He was nowhere near. I should have left him in the settlement. We gotta fall back. It is Shinsuhor, and somehow they've got an absolute ton of armies running around. Or maybe I'm just a fool. He was able to move up the Nile much faster than I was expecting. Claimed him Shima from us, and then they've got the fort. That's an interesting...
The fire of Nubia.
And I'm required to siege it? I guess we can break the siege right away, can't we?
We must
Freaked me out a little bit. Let's go across the ford here and run on over to Res. We are going to get attacked by
Get away. I'm
this army. Probably post haste. We need to get over fast and get some more Nubian recruits. We just basically fed them to the
I
grinder.
need more blades.
Very sadly. Lost our Kapesh guard. Enough. learning lessons the hard way. Blackmail was successful. Don't really care so much about that, though. That just gives him some extra regard with us. So he's going to be able to do more whatever he's able to do with us. Probably just asking for gold. Right, so we stop spreading our regard around. Let's go back for the first commander. Seems to be good to just have tier 6 chariots on call whenever we need them.
I knew I would see eye to eye with a fellow Egyptian.
Even though we are at war, we can be friends, right? He's gonna stay over here to take down Wabku.
Not another step.
Well then,
Beware my wrath.
we just go after Kawa.
Moving on.
What is if there's anyone in the?
March ahead.
Are you okay with losing your capital? How far can you go?
Aristica.
Either to Rameses, which only has 9 defenders. 800 to quickly beat that one.
Curiosity.
These guys are
killed
just
the
normies.
beast.
So as long as we're smart with it, we should be able to win most of the battles there. But man, they have got us cornered.
Driven by
We come across the
injustice.
cataract here, and we are going to have him probably fall back or just attack Wabku and raise it. So let's go ahead and we'll hit Kawa.
Time to strike.
We have 6 lads here. That's fine.
Nubia is
We have
mine.
so many more coming on in.
always.
So we shall surround. We're going to go ahead and set up a few siege towers. A battering ram and a few more ladders. 3 turns, that's fine. And if the other army wants to come on over and defend,
Now let us in soon.
that works.
Get
They can
away.
make it all the way
I'm
back
sleeping.
over. Makes sense why they're so bold. Sacking our trading posts and then running on through.
I won't hold back.
We do the culmination. So that happens once we attack the settlement, so that once the battle begins, then we can activate this, hopefully. Otherwise, we've just thrown ourselves into a really, really bad situation. Kawa has 9 defenders, and we are having to deal with the lads to take back their
Power
lands.
and pride.
Fortunate for us. Let's take... Would I take Tua up to tier 3? High probability that it gets attacked. I think instead, we go for the Kushite delegate school here in Kerma. Maximize production here. And then I'm going to spend an absolute ton of gold to finish up the construction instantly at Rameses to get more defenders here. More elite defenders. So now we've also got the renowned Kushite archers to go with the longbowmen. Even if they decide to come on and stay in our territory and fight, should be able to hold the line. Should be able to. I'm going to keep everything as is for... letting the laborers rest would be a good one. For extra workforce growth. Honestly, we seem to be good to go. How much resources do we need for the chariot building? 970 stone, 130. We can get that going. We'll wait to see who they attack, but we'll go for this next turn. And then we can grab the infantry housing as well. We'll make Rameses our military operations center. We'll just have to make sure we have farmland set up elsewhere to compensate. Business.
Death awaits you.
So it can be upgraded. Wabku has had damaged structures. That's fine. There's not much we can do about it. He is likely to raise the settlement to the ground, since he knows we're here taking down Kawa. How much does this cost? 200. We can likely siphon stone out of others just fine. So let's go ahead and go for the upgrade. Let's do it. He does indeed go for the attack. Through the neck and felled. Unfortunate. You too many enemies. I didn't expect I tried to keep Kawa out of it for a little bit longer than we managed to. Idle compensation. Trade our court action for some gold. We don't need the gold. I appreciate it though.
Taste my golden blade.
We have just the single siege tower made. We definitely need to at least build up one more, which makes me sad. We have all the soldiers, but they're just gonna be stuck outside. So one more turn, we'll have another tower and then a battering ram. That's be about all we need to get through the walls pretty easily. In fact, take the ram off. We can build 2 ladders. We'll do it like this. This will allow us to have more troops in the settlement.
Only starting.
We should be able to go after the. We'll go after the gatehouse real hard. You need the siege?
They can starve a while longer.
You can
Not another
only
step.
stay kind of in this area, but he may go after either one. There are a ton of troops in his army, and we are running out of food quite quickly. This is lovely. Max speed towards our food. Really
Battle
nothing
is
we
my
can do about
calling.
it.
A risk taker.
This is awful.
are you? My time is
Kawa
now.
getting involved out of nowhere was something that we did not
Glorious
need.
bloodshed.
I'm gonna bring them across to try to take down the fort garrison here.
I live for this.
2 siege ladders should be all we need to destroy this thing.
Keep
At
them
least
trapped.
convince them that they have other stuff they gotta worry about.
Curiosity
I don't
kills
think he should be able to reach us in normal stance. If he can, we're in for a bad time. Couple mistakes. In fact, can we go ahead and go for a peace treaty?
Wear out your welcome.
Let's make it work. One time, you want a settlement. You're just being greedy. It's at -10. So if I just give you some gold, what about that? Yeah, so it's not actually -10. It's a pretend -10. Otherwise, they'd be fine with the amount of gold I'm offering. It's because I have lost some settlements to the Kawa. You're lucky
Get
this guy was
away.
just over here
I'm
building up
sleeping.
armies. Not doing nothing, just waiting for us.
Not another step.
Oof. We need to go for... Ooh.
Never back down.
Canaanites, huh? Well, I mean, how much...
If you're not here to offer riches, then speak to my donkey.
I need a ton of food. How much do you have? 5,000's not gonna fly. 1,500. 26. Maybe. Maybe. Such a strange smattering of resources you want. I wanted to get in the chariot buildings, but at this point, we aren't going to be able to feed our armies. Which is not good. We really need to make sure our Shadoo farm was pretty catastrophic. It looks like they're going for all of our food production first, which is very smart. Kind of at a loss as to how we come back from this
My
one now.
wealth will turn their heads.
We take Kawa, but now they've got all of our food production and armies basically just sitting inside of our territory. Intriguing. Well, advisors, I might need a bit of your help. For now, though, that's
The
going to be
might
all
of
the time
Nubia.
I've got for today. I've been a Space Wizard Total War. Remember to leave a like for the light god and a sub for the sub. I'll see you on the next one.